Welcome to SPL Roshan Saudi League Preview 2022-2023. The pressure was on at the top and bottom to start picking up points. Off the pitch, we click with the fast-moving world of social media in around the league. And in stats attack, it's a close-run thing between Al-Shabab and Al-Nassr.
Lights, cameras, action. Cristiano Ronaldo welcomed to Marsul Park. The Portuguese superstar watched on as top-of-the-table Al-Nassr prepared to lock horns in the pouring rain with an Al-Ta'i team who won 4-0 last time out.
Talisca goes wide, firmer ground. Whips the ball in, Al-Shabab! Sayoud beats one, beats two. Into the side netting. Gustavo. Bragadon! And then denies Talisca. And again wide. Al-Ghanam sweeps it in. Talisca! And that gets the seal of approval. Semedo has a look up. Hanging ball. Sayoud! Acrobatic, but wide. Ospina quickly off his line. And quick thinking, the ball into space. Talisca! One touch and the finish. The direct approach pays dividends. Al-Nassr pressing for the third. Braga! One Brazilian denies another. It's one-way traffic here in the closing stages. But Braga not giving up. Al-Nassr remain top of the table. And Ronaldo would have been impressed with that performance.
Al-Wahda's fans hadn't witnessed a home defeat this season, but their visitors were Al-Shabab, sitting second and wanting to get back to the top. They'd lost their last away game and couldn't afford to slip again.
Bahebri takes the defence for a run. Surgical pass, Carlos Jr. Couldn't finish. Banega into the channel for Al Harbi. Stands it up, Carlos Jr. That's more like it from Al-Shabab's leading scorer. A powerful header. Al-Wahda looking for a way back in. Shouldn't let it bounce. Dangerous ball, Al-Hafiz. Great save. Chaos in front of the goal. The referee saw a foul. It's a penalty. Faisal Fajr, for his first goal in the RSL, scores! The Red Giant fights back. Al-Wahda riding the wave of momentum. Fajr whips it in. Hazard! What a story this is! The Knights of Mecca turn it around! Banega curls it deep. Krikoviak, Munir saves. Time running out for Al-Shabaab. The referee stops the game. This contact from Housawi brings out a second yellow, and he's off. 97th minute, Anselmo. Yahya gone off like a catapult through the middle. To wrap up a memorable night, Kim produces the save. Al-Wedda stay unbeaten at home and keep moving away from the bottom.
Goals, saves and tackles. In Stats Attack, the numbers always stack up. Prime suspects for a win on matchday 13. Al-Shabaab versus Al-Nassr. Al-Shabaab lost at home to Al-Nassr 23 months ago. In 28 league meetings, the White Lions have 11 wins over their Al-Riyadh rivals. Al-Nassr are chasing hard and currently total 9 victories. Considering the evidence, the final line of defence could be key. Kim Seong-yu for Al-Shabaab had kept 7 clean sheets. Al-Nassr shot-stopper David Ospina is on 6 goals conceded. The forwards will have to be on their game to get past these two. And if they can find the net, then the celebrations will be worth watching and remembering. That's all from Stats Attack this week. Now for some quick-fire highlights.
Damak hosted Al-Riyadh, the 6th place side looking to defend their undefeated home record this campaign. Friends reunited, but on the pitch, it was all about points. The visitors had won their last away game, and when Julio Tavares sprinted down the wing, he set up Karim El Berkawi to give them the perfect start. Less than 7 minutes gone. Al-Riyadh's confidence was brimming. Good movement in the opposition area, and this time Tavares finished it off. 2-0, a third goal of the season for the Cape Verde international. Damak had a golden opportunity to get one back when Mohamed Al-Dosari handled the ball and the VAR confirmed it was a penalty. Hilal Sudani took the spot kick, keeper Silvio Lung tipped it wide. The hosts still trailed by 2. After the break, Lung was the hero again for Al-Riyadh, denying Norna with a flying save. He was looking invincible, but the hosts didn't give in. It might take something special or something lucky. Maybe a bit of both. Farouk Shafei provided both and made it 2-1. Encouraged, they kept up the pressure. Damak had only lost once all campaign. It was Shafei again trying to get past Lung. The keeper wasn't to be beaten again. So Damak suffered their first loss on home turf as Al-Riyadh celebrated their 5th league win of the season. 3 of them have been on the road. Al-Adala, whose run of 4 defeats ended with a draw last time out, played host to Al-Fateh. The visitors were eager to bounce back from a loss and recover the form that saw them win 3 games in a row. Sofiane Ben Debka, who'd scored in their most recent victory, came within a whisker of giving the visitors the lead. Al-Adala hadn't scored in 3 of their last 4 matches. Mikel Di Restam had to go before the break, but his shot flew over, 0-0 at half-time. There must have been some fire in the half-time team talk as the hosts looked far from goal-shy after the restart. Aref Al-Haidar with his first goal of the campaign. "13 minutes later, they were at it again. Abdulaziz Al-Dosari with the assist and Anderson Plata with a forceful finish. They'd only struck twice in one game this season, and that gave them their solitary win. Could they hold on? Al-Fateh wanted the answer to be no. Firas Al-Brekan cut the deficit to 1, but they couldn't manage a second. 2-1 the final score. A great result for Al-Adala, a second consecutive defeat for the visitors. Al-Fayha were enjoying their best spell of the campaign when Al-Batin came calling. The hosts had won their last 3. The visitors had lost their last 5, and the match started according to the form book. Bandar Nasser supplying Paulinho, deflected in, but the Brazilian didn't care. They all count. What wasn't expected was the fight back. Just 7 minutes later, Youssef Al-Muzarib levelled the scores, his second of the season. And he was involved again soon afterwards, setting up Juan Pedrosa, goalkeeper Muslim Al-Freish, to the rescue for the hosts. That was enough of a scare for Al-Fayha to put their foot on the accelerator. Paulinho once more providing the finish, scoring for the 3rd time in 2 outings. It was still 2-1 with just 9 minutes remaining, but it's never over till it's over. And when Al-Batin's Andres Roa equalised for the visitors, you could guarantee a grandstand finish. Astonishingly, the bottom of the table club were the livelier. What a leap from Al-Muzarib. And what relief for the homekeeper. Al-Batin disappointed not to have secured a first win of the campaign, but they doubled their points tally and caused all sorts of problems to inform Al-Fayha. Both Al-Ittihad and Abha had been beaten by top 3 teams last time out. Both were looking to bounce back. The hosts trailed their visitors by 3 points, and Abha were dangerous on the road, with 3 wins on the spin. They were clearly on the hunt for number 4. Abdullah Al-Zori made it 1-0 before the half-hour mark. This 35-year-old Saudi was a serial title winner with Al-Hilal. Abha wanted to make the most of the momentum. Felipe Caicedo oh so close to doubling their advantage. After the break, they carried on where they'd left off. Saad Begir's shot saved by Paulo Victor's outstretched foot. And finally, Al-Ittihad came to life. Saeed Al-Muwallad with a looping cross and Sanusi Al-Hawsawi with an unconventional strike. 1-1. The 24-year-old delighted with his first of the season. But the visitors were determined to secure another away win. Paulo, though, was equally determined not to concede again, here denying Nawaf Al-Sadi. It got worse for Abha. Youssoufou Niakate broke through their lines and made it 2-1. The bitter blow was that this was 7 minutes into added time. They played to the whistle and got all 3 points, moving ahead of Abha on goal difference.
Later in the show, 2 prime movers go head-to-head. But first, it's time to check out the world of social media. Let's catch up with all the news off the pitch in around the league. Cristiano Ronaldo's arrival in the kingdom has, of course, generated huge excitement. And those coveted number 7 shirts are on everyone's must-have list. Those who didn't think this would happen paid the price with a drastic change of look. Now, Michael is the man who really cares about his hair. But the Brazilian ace also has another great passion, his football school, where, when possible, he goes to meet the children and give them valuable advice. Al-Ittihad's Marcel Tisserand takes a real interest in the future of the young players in his team. He had a chance to catch up on a recent trip to France. Maybe one day the son of Al-Khalij goalkeeper Douglas will sign a real contract. Till then, he has to settle for a pair of new football boots. The important thing is that every child cultivates their passions. That's the way to discover unimaginable talent. That's all for now from around the league, our digital window into the RSL world after the final whistle. Now back to the action from match day 12.
Nuno Santos' Al-Ittihad, undefeated with 7 wins from their 10 league games so far, faced the defending champions. Al-Hilal had drawn their last 2 matches, but could leapfrog their hosts with a win. Before kick-off, all at the stadium paid tribute to Brazilian icon Pelé.
Al-Hilal dominating the midfield area. Michael pulls it across and left free is the Eagle to swoop. Coronado given space here. Al-Mayyouf! Coronado. Romarinho loses out. Albishi. The curler! Al-Mayyouf! Acrobatic! Romarinho into space. Hamdallah! Straight through! Al-Mayyouf onto the bar! The goalkeeper's foot to the rescue! Final 5 minutes, the Tigers press. Ball drops out. Hamid! That took a massive deflection. Al-Hilal show their mettle to hand Al-Ittihad their first defeat. And Jeddah turns blue.
Al-Ta'awun had defeated 2 of the 3 promoted sides at home, and now keen to make it 3 from 3, they welcomed Al-Khalij. The visitors hadn't picked up a single point on the road.
Al-Khalij trying to knock it out from the back. An error from the captain. He has his pocket picked. Radif crosses. Al-Omari! Cruelly denied by the post. Porco has space on the flank. Al-Smeri drifts in. Mailson untroubled. Al-Ta'awun rushing down the right. Hubrani tries to clear. Contact. Douglas. Invention from the defender, but the keeper has given away a penalty. Tuamba to open the scoring. Blazes over the bar. Sikaleshi invents the angle. Fabio Martins! Aldana's new signing shines on debut. The Portuguese with a vital goal. It's now or never for Al-Ta'awun. Al-Omari! One more ends up in the stands. The Portuguese chemistry sparks off a shock victory for Al-Khalij.
Player versus player previews a Matchday 13 footballing mastermind matchup. Knowledge Musona of Altai against Al-Ta'awun's Alvaro Medran. Zimbabwean Musona has 3 goals to his name from 15 efforts on target. Mercurial Medran has struck twice from his 9 shots on target so far. These two quick-thinking talents are often in or near the box. Musona is invaluable in both phases of the game. He presses high up the pitch and is an astute passer. The Spanish playmaker is the leader of the Wolf Pack. 1,261 touches. He's right at the center of the action. Both are smart, savvy and skilled, but who will win the battle of wits on the pitch? That's all from Player versus Player this week. Now let's check out the league table and the top scorers standings.
At the top, Al Nassr set the pace as Al-Hilal start their climb. At the other end, Al-Adala remain a point ahead of Al-Khalij as both won. Anderson Taliska has opened a 3-goal gap over Odionigalo.
We open our Matchday 13 previews with Al-Hilal hosting Al-Adala. The Blue Waves are flowing. They led 2-0 in their last Al Riyadh outing, but they had to share the points at the end. Both away points for the Knights of the Oasis came from goalless draws. The second was on their last trip to Mecca. The Sky Blue scored in each of their last 2 home games. Unfortunately, they remained empty-handed. In last season's fixture, Al Amid were being held at 2-2 until they netted a dramatic late winner. The Sons of the Palm have gone from hero to zero. After their 4-1 victory over the Lions, they were beaten 2-0 by the Orange. On Matchday 11, the Commandos faced the Lions too, and they suffered their first away defeat of the season. Adana's home form has collapsed, 3 consecutive losses. Still, the winter market may bring a glimmer of hope. In their last game on the road, the Red Giant picked up their first away point of the campaign. No away goals yet, though. On the last day of 2022, the leader of the South suffered a 3rd home loss. All 3 against top 5 teams. The Knight of the South scored twice in each of their last 3 on the road, collecting a 5th point most recently at Al Zaim. The Challenge Pioneer are being kept busy in Buraida, an exhausting derby with the Wolves and an early meeting with the champions. The Mills of Stair collected 6 of their 7 away points in their last 2 games on the road, keeping a clean sheet in the second.
On Matchday 13, Al-Ta'i welcome Al-Ta'awun. Apa face Damak. Al-Ittihad travel to Al-Batin, while Al-Shabab meet Al-Nassr in a capital derby.
Next time, we match up a contest between 2 super shot stoppers. Join us then for the best of the exciting world of RSL. SPL Roshan Saudi League Preview 2022-2023.